Welcome to Carl's Off the Grid. Today's hot product review is brought to us by a company called Vatid. This is a 600 watt portable power station that is powered by a lithium ion battery.
So I gave this thing a really big workout. I started out ridiculous. Check out this clip at home. I went ahead and plugged in my 55-inch widescreen TV and my satellite dish. So it's pretty interesting. Right now you can see I'm running my big screen TV off here. This is pure sine wave, so I don't have to worry about it screwing up my electronics. I am also running a satellite dish off here. You can see I have 7 hours of charge left on the battery, and we're at 98% on the battery, and we are currently drawing roughly about 92 watts. There's two buttons up here in the upper left hand corner. The first button is going to be the AC power. AC power, if you're not familiar with AC and DC power, those are going to be your regular like household appliances that you plug in with a regular cord. You hit that button and you hold it for roughly about 2 seconds, and it turns on the display and it activates these two ports here. And the thing I like about this is these ports are far enough away where if you wanted to put a splitter in and run multiple things at one time, you could do that. Now keep in mind, this is designed for lightweight usage. Let's go over to the DC power. Now DC power is going to be the power like you get in your RV, your off-grid cabin where you're running things off of a battery or your car. So then in between these two ports, we also have, like I like to call it like a cigarette lighter, like what your car would have, where if you have an off-grid appliance such as a refrigerator that you want to power at your camper or your tent or your cabin, you can plug it into here. It'll take one of those 40-watt refrigerators, and you can run it for, I believe it's up to 12 hours without it draining the battery on the unit. And then let's quickly go up into the upper unit here. These are going to all be ports that have to do with your DC power. The first port is going to be a port that you can plug a 100-watt solar panel into, and when you plug a 100-watt solar panel into this unit, it'll only take you about 5.5 hours to charge the battery. It does come with a cord that you can plug into the cigarette lighter of your car that you can also plug into that same outlet. And with the car lighter, it's a little bit slower. It takes about 9 hours to charge a battery. And then it also comes with a quick charger that you go ahead and you plug it into a wall outlet. And I think it usually takes about 3.5 hours, which is extremely fast to go ahead and to fully charge this unit. It has quick ports for charging your smartphones. And it also has quick ports for charging. Maybe if you have a different type of smartphone like this iPhone, you plug it in and right away my iPhone lights up and it's going ahead and it's charging it for me. And yeah, it's great to have. Some of the things that they talked about as far as charge times, like if you're charging your iPhone, it has enough power that you could charge an iPhone or smartphone for 41 times. And that's pretty awesome, because if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you want to be able to get hold of the outside world, or you have to report into work or something of that nature, this will bring you enough power to do that. If you have like a regular camera or thing of that nature, like for me doing YouTube, I can go ahead, plug my camera into here, and it'll charge the camera up to 26 times. If you have a laptop, the laptop, I think they said the laptop, what was it? I'm not seeing it right now. It was something like 14 times it'll power that laptop for you. So it works perfect to power things that draw light amount of wattage. And while we're talking about that and we're talking about practical things, this brings up to mind 2 months ago I had a buddy stay here at the cabin, and he had sleep apnea, and he asked if I had an outlet that we could plug into. My battery bank was low. I felt embarrassed, and I was like, oh boy, no, I don't. I could fire up a generator and run it all night long, but then you have to listen to the whiny hum of a generator. Well, this here would solve that problem. One of the gentlemen that did a review on this that I was reading, he said that he ran his sleep apnea equipment for, I think it was like 4 nights, and it still had plenty of charge on the battery. So I know I went over this review kind of quick. I wanted to keep it simple so that average people like me can understand it. Those are most of the features that it has in a nutshell. It does have little things like in the back here, there's a place to put your cell phone. And in the front here, it does come with a light that you can turn on. You hold the button for 2 seconds and it first goes on real bright. You press it again and it goes down to a little bit softer light. And if you're in trouble and in distress, maybe you have this out in your boat, it's nighttime, you can't get the boat started, press it a third time and it sends off an SOS signal. So pretty cool power unit, and I'm thrilled to be able to use it. I'm thrilled to be able to test it out. I'm thrilled with all the ports, you know, where like I can plug in my lights for the cabin, or if you have an RV or anything that's powered off of DC power, you can go ahead and plug those all into all the convenient ports that it has. The display, everything is really easy to read, and easy to me is good. And yeah, very good unit for the money. Don't be suckered into the expensive companies. Check this out. It's well worth the money. I'm going to put a link in the video description that is going to tell you how much it costs, and it's going to tell you where you can get it and have it shipped to your home. And yeah, I encourage you, if you're looking for a portable power station, check into this one before you make your decisions. I think you'll be really happy with it. Now for the ugly. The only bad things I could really come up with this unit is the AC power switch and the DC power switch have AC and DC embedded in the plastic. And for me, my eyes aren't the strongest. I couldn't see that. So I'm simply going to take a permanent marker and I'll highlight it with that. So that's the bad that I found with it. And if that's the worst, then so be it. You know, it's a great unit. It does have a fan built into it, so if you overuse it, it will cool itself down. And it's just a really good practical power source to have, whether you're camping, whether you're out in the yard, whether you have a power failure at your home, or if you're at the off-grid cabin like me. So check it out. Thank you so much for watching this video. We'll catch you next time on Carl's Off the Grid.